Okay, this is the follow-up video to our SPLS pick from last night that we sent out. And remember, it's just one chosen at random. We start each day in our chat room with 4, 5, 6 ideas. There'll be some days that we will have 6 ideas on watch for our live trading chat room members. And at the end of the day, we might have taken 4 or 5 trades and maybe none of them were on our overnight list. Okay, so most of what we do, and we say this all the time, is setups that we find on an intraday basis, and they might all occur without even having anything to do with our watch list. But I don't think it's a bad idea to have a few ideas on watch at the beginning of each session. Now, before I start talking about staples, this is what it looked like when I sent it out last night. I have to quickly share with you, not that I'm asking for sympathy, but just a little bit of what somebody who runs a live trading chat room deals with on a regular basis. This is an email I just got a little while ago, 3:06, so I don't know, 45 minutes ago. I'll just read it because I don't know if it's going to show up in the video. What a lousy pick. Staples hasn't even based to consider going higher. Stock is still in a downtrend and shouldn't have been a possible selection today. Stocks have to base for an extended time before going higher, especially when it has fallen as far as it has. I trade with Pristine in their trading room, and their selections are far more reliable than GSP. The only reason I'm responding is because a buddy of mine has your service and he sent me your free pick. We know why the picks are free. If it weren't for 4 or 5 guys in your trading room, you would really be in trouble. So that's the kind of stuff that when you run a trading room that you get to read. I don't want to say on a daily basis, but every once in a while something like that comes out of the woodwork. And so let's just quickly talk about that. Well, yeah, let's talk about staples first. Now that we know that this setup could never yield a bounce, and now that we know I'm foolish for putting it on the watch list, staples was on watch for 1528 trigger, right? A break of yesterday's high. Now let's pan to the right. What's the high today? 1517. Nowhere near 1528, so it didn't meet our entry parameters, and so I'm not sure who I've harmed by having this on watch. Okay, now I will share with you, whoops, Sienna. All right, again, going by our friend, take today's candle out of it, this has not based at all. It's just tanking, so no reason to have it on the watch list. And not a huge bounce today, but I'm still going to share with you. When it put in this early base, as beaten up as it is for a couple days, oftentimes you get early shorts trying to make easy money, thinking, oh well, Sienna's down two big days in a row, therefore I'm going to short it again. Easy money, right? Well, we called it as a long against my friend's better judgment at 1914 with an 18.99 stop. I've copied and pasted the posts, some posts from chat today, so you can see them. All right, so right here, there's Sienna, 1914, 18.99 stop, 15 cents risk. That's not too bad. As I scroll to the right, there's the trigger, and over the next 10 minutes, all the way to 1940. Didn't hold, but you know what? Put some money in our pocket right off the bat, as you can see. I took some Sienna out pretty quickly, like 4 or 5 minutes in. Another guy made some money there. Another guy made some money. Someone else thanking me. Now, I didn't mean to leave the names on there, but I don't think they'll care. I tried to blank out all the names. Another guy, all out Sienna. So there is an example of why you can have something like a staples on watch, okay, even when it looks like this. Bank of America, BAC. Where's my drawing tool? All right, daily candles, just straight down for however many days in a row there, right? It hasn't based at all, so nobody should have this on long watch, right? That doesn't make sense. Oh, well, look at this pop today. Look at that, from 1045 to 11. If you can't make money off that move, now I'm not suggesting that I had Bank of America on watch. It's just another example of you do not have to have a long base to make a day trade. So that's my only point there. And then a couple of the highlights from today. Urban Outfitters, again, another one had a nice big engulfing candle yesterday, so I threw it on watch today, URBN, and called it. Again, the market was weak most of the day, so it didn't have the oomph that it maybe would have, but I called it over this base here, URBN, 29.12 with a 29 stop. Okay, 29.12 long stop right there. The reason I called it, this base break had a real strong chance of getting us through the high of the day, which would be 29.16. And yesterday's high, you saw that engulfing candle on the daily, was 29.26. Good chance it takes out today's high, it gets through that high as well. And look at that, within 10 minutes all the way to 29.30, and a little bit higher. Again, I'm not saying, and this is about when the market completely rolled over, but I'm not suggesting, you know, that this is going to rip all day or whatever, but right there, entry here, and you get through this catalyst, you get through this catalyst, and you start selling. So still money to be made. Foster Wheeler, another, this is one of my favorite setups. I called it literally above this candle right here. Now, most people would say, why would you go long on something that weak? Maybe our friend would, I don't know, but called FWLT at 31.11 with a 31 stop. Again, copied and pasted from the chat room. And from 31.11, look at that, all the way up to the 31.52 area. I'll bring this back on board here. You can see somebody got 30 cents, somebody got 40 cents. And again, I didn't copy everyone, and not everyone posts when they make money or whatever. But also, if you look at these, I also called Sun 41.06 with a stop at 41. Let's look at the time I did that, 10:10. SUN. So that was right in here, ready? 41.06 and a 41 stop. It literally triggered and stopped within a minute, 30 seconds, whatever. It was a 6-cent risk, and then it ended up taking out the high of the day briefly. But the point is, it was a very tight trigger and stop, and I liked the daily on Sun. So there's an example of one I called. Didn't work, but you notice how tight the stop was. So I don't want to ramble on too long. Again, Staples just didn't bounce and never got near the catalyst that we said to buy it. So even though some people say it was a lousy pick, you know, it was just a random one of several that we had on watch and never even entered into any kind of equation for what we said as far when to buy it. So I just wanted to clarify that for you and also give you a little window into a little bit of what we deal with when we run a chat room. You know, you're going to have that. But to be honest with you, I recognize the name from this post. This guy had a lifetime membership, and he would pop in every now and then. I thought it was a teenager who hijacked his mommy's computer. I'm still not convinced he's not. But he would just pop in and say ignorant things, and we'd have to bounce him. And finally, after he did it 4 or 5 times, I just booted him. So he's not allowed in there anymore. And I haven't heard from him in a long time, but it's always nice to hear from old friends. So we finally heard back from him. But that absolutely does not go on in our chat room because it's not allowed. And it really is kind of a big friendly trading family where everyone pretty much helps everyone else. And that's why guys like that aren't allowed in. So anyway, have a great weekend. We'll send out another free pick next week. And please keep in mind, you know, those free picks are just chosen from a list of the standpoint that it's a place to start. But most of what we find will probably be as the market unfolds on an intraday basis. So go Bruins, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.